My name is Diana, manager, CEO, Mara Concrete Ltd. In Narok. We're based in Narok, along the Narok Memahio Highway, opposite the Supreme Lounge. We're basically a company that deals with concrete, precast manufacturers. We have a wide range of products that we produce that concerns concrete basically. So talking about the products, they are very wide. Just to mention but a few, we do things like paving slab, fencing posts, the road curbs, the road channels. We also do louver, the ventilations for houses, all the way to cabros. The biggest thing that we produce is basically the cabro, which is actually the best selling that we do in the concrete industry. And we do the production here in Narok. So basically that's it about what we do. It's very wide, yeah. One thing for sure is that when you want to venture into something or when you want to do something, there's always a lot of challenges. There's nothing that lacks challenges. So it all depends on how you take the challenge, yeah? So I understand that many youths actually get so much challenge in terms of what they want to do, where they want to do it, how they want to do it, the finances to do it. So the one thing that I got personally when I wanted to start my company was the finance part. The financing was quite a challenge that really pushed me to the limits, yeah? I had to look for facilities, I had to get people who can come in and just invest so that to just start up and now do the business. And it all depends on how you actually tacked it, because one thing that happened with me is I had to really go for it full force, yeah, with calculated risk. So yeah, I got an investor who really came in and from also the savings that I had, helped me to actually just start up, because we all understand that in business the biggest problem or the biggest challenge is always on starting. So once I started, I think that was about it. So it was about just rolling and keeping the thing going, you know, consistency and all that. So yeah, I mean, any challenge that you see coming your way, if you're determined to do it, you'll overcome that challenge. Funny enough, it's not something that I studied in school. I did business management on the procurement side. So, but because I was working in the industry that dealt with concrete or rather construction, it gives me an exposure that I developed interest over time that actually just led me in venturing into this line of work, or rather this line of opportunity, which is basically the concrete and construction industry. That's a very good one. Yeah, construction, it's majorly men. I see it every day. I've experienced it, even from working in my previous company, because I got in as a storekeeper in a site, in a construction site. So the exposure that I got there was basically the people that I was working with were men, majorly, yeah, 99.9% were just men. So yeah, being there, it gave me like a challenge, it pushed me, because I thought, okay, fine. It's an industry that it's considered to be for men. But what do I do? I mean, what is my part in it? And also the fact that not many ladies have embraced it to get into the construction industry, it challenged me as a person, because you see, when you do something that actually it gives you the strength or the motivation to just basically explore and get to know more, it's actually a good thing. I find it very attractive. So I think that notion that it's a men industry, it gave me the curiosity to just tap in and just try and learn and be in it. The biggest gap, as I've mentioned, is more of a lady inside the construction. You see, it's given me brands, like guys call me Demo Mjengo and all that. And that one is really nice. I find it very attractive because at the end of the day, it's a market, or rather it's an industry that is not a woman-related industry, or rather it doesn't favor women. But when you get into it and you know the tactics of surviving in it and just maneuvering in it, then you've made it, because you know you get stronger every day and you become perfect in what you're doing. It has a lot, actually, because you see, there was that time that we were doing the 14% tax, the VAT, and then which was a bit favorable, and then it went back to 16%. So that means that so much changed during that time in terms of the pricing and everything, because you find like here the main raw material is cement, yeah. So you find that when the price of cement goes up with even 10 shillings, it creates a very big or huge difference in terms of what you're going to do, in terms of your cost of production, in terms of the cost of what you're going to, the price of what you're going to sell your products at. And that's a challenge, because now there are those people who basically are in the market and they're selling their things a bit lower. So when the government imposes the tax, that means that whatever material you're getting from the hardwares, it's also high. So it forces you to actually revise your costing and make your products prices higher. So when you make your products prices higher, you see you have the same clients or different clients who will come and bargain and would want it at a lower price. So you find a challenge in terms of just selling that product and convincing a customer to buy and all that. It all starts from the government, yeah? So the challenges that I face as an entrepreneur in this industry, the concrete industry, number one is basically the prices of the products, of the raw materials, yeah? So when they are higher, it means that your costing, or rather the prices of your products, will be high. Now, depending on who you're selling to, they always come and try to get things at a lower price, yeah? So trying to convince your customer to basically get that thing from you with the price that you've done costing and you've seen like at least you're making a profit, because anyway in a business the ultimate goal is to make profits. So you find that there's that big challenge when the raw material prices are high, then that means it affects your price of the commodity that you're selling. That's a huge challenge, because now convincing power, it has to be, you have to up your convincing power, which requires a lot. Actually, it does require a lot. So yeah, that's one of the challenges that I face. The other challenge is basically relocating, or rather where I'm getting the raw materials. You find like it's quite a distance, so that distance also it affects, because sometimes maybe you want something very fast, then because of the distance and the challenges, like for instance for the sand, we always get it from rivers. So if it happens that it rains, you find that the trucks cannot go to the rivers, and if they go there, they will get stuck there maybe in the mud for 2 days. So you find that if you had scheduled your production to happen, then it limits you. You are unable to basically do the production waiting for the sand to arrive. You see now the distance and everything, it really affects the consistency. So you have to actually plan yourself in terms of just making sure that you have the materials on time and or rather in time, so that you're able to do your production. Yeah. Yeah, as a lady in the construction industry, actually there's a lot of challenges, but just to mention one that really requires you to be have that patience and everything, it's the fact that there's that chauvinism. Yeah, so you find that when you're there and somebody wants to come and buy something, if they find you there, there'll be more of, I get asked questions like, okay, can I talk to the boss? So a client has come in, you've gone to maybe attend to them, and then they look at you and they just conclude that maybe you're a worker, or maybe you've been sent to inquire. So they would say statements like, can I talk to the boss? You see, when that comes, you have to have the patience of just withholding yourself from answering the customer. Maybe don't seem rude to the customer and all that. But at the end of the day, it also strengthens me, because afterwards, when they learn that you're the guy, you're the main one, they basically act differently. And the different, I mean here is, they basically try and, you know, they be good and all that. So I think it's a challenge, and also it's an up. Currently we have eight guys, one lady. So the lady, we use her to just water the products, and then the guys are the ones who do the main production. So yeah. My first shilling when I ventured into this business, the first 3 months when I started here in Narok, it was very, very challenging, because I didn't really get to get the clients who actually come and buy. The walk-ins that used to come, they were more of inquiring and wanting to learn, inquiring more of a product. You know, there's a way you inquire when you want something, and it tells you like, okay, fine, I want to buy it. But there's a way you inquire that you just want to learn and walk. So the first 3 months, it was a matter of just, you know, guys coming in and wanting to know, how does this work, how does this go. But at the end of the day, the first time I got to sell was a client, a petrol station guy, who just came in, and he seemed to be sure of what he wanted. So he came and asked for the blocks. And I remember I was so excited. So yeah, he requisited for that, he paid for it, and I still remember the figure. It was 33,000 shillings. And that was really amazing. I felt so nice. I think that was the first time I just went home and I was so happy. I just congratulated myself. And from there, henceforth, it's been just nice. So as a company, we do offer CSR. We give back to the community at large, and the way we do it is through the donation of the culverts. You see, like in Narok County, we've always had problems with floods. So you find that there are those guys who are interior, and they are unable to maybe just get the chapa to put the culverts. So what we do is we actually come in together with the MCAs from that side, and we just donate the culverts. Let's say if it's we have different sizes, yeah? So we send our guys on the ground just to measure the capacity of the water there, and then from there we just deliver and we give the fundis to actually install. So you see, that one really helps, because you find that maybe there's a river that has cut across a place where it's a way that they used to maybe reach from the other side. So you find that when you come and construct that culverts, you really help the community at large, because now they can pass, they get a passway to whatever place, maybe their homes and stuff. And also you're helping them curb the flood problem. So with the culverts, it's just a solution to it. My main clients are basically contractors who are building commercial buildings, who are building houses, homes. Those are my main clients. And then we also have contractors who are basically from the county, who are given work by the county. That can be the roads department and all that. So like at the moment here in Narok, the county has been our client the past 2 years. They've been really supportive. They've bought a lot of things. Considering that Narok has been really developing very fast infrastructure-wise, you find that actually they come for the road curbs, for the road channels that they used to put on the roads, the culverts. So yeah, those are the biggest clients. Also, I've worked with the Cheque guys. So those ones, they have been very good. Actually, those were my best clients when I was starting about a year ago. They bought a lot of stuffs, yeah. So those ones have been very nice, and the list is endless. We also have homeowners who are actually installing cabros. So those ones have also supported us in terms of just getting to buy the road curbs, getting to buy the channels, the paving slab, and we're just beautifying their homes. So they've really like supported us. They are really nice, and we really appreciate every day. Actually, we are here because of them. So we're very thankful. What inspires me every single day is the fact that I know I provide for families. So it gives me the challenge of keeping up, moving on. Sometimes I feel like giving up, sometimes I feel overwhelmed, but the fact that I remember that I have guys who have families back at home, it just makes me wake up and just put the zeal, try, overcome the challenges, and just push, and just to make sure that the company is on, we are producing good quality, they get their wages in time and all that. Once they're happy, if you come and you find them smiling, then that's it. You feel very nice. So that is one thing that has really like inspired me in this industry. It's just creating the job opportunities and making sure that guys are happy and they're able to build themselves. The one thing that I can tell youths is to go for the opportunities that they feel they are potentially linked to it or they want to do it. Most youths, we are derailed behind by the fact that we have a lot of ideas that we want to do, a lot of ideas that we want to venture in, but the courage to do it. So the one thing that I always advise youth, my agent and wherever, it's basically if you have that something, that passion in you to just do something, go for it. Go for it, do your due diligence, calculate your risk, go for it with zeal. I mean, do not even think twice, just go for it. Because the one thing that affects us is the fact that we become reluctant and we think that maybe we cannot do it. Like maybe it's hard, like I'm gonna fail. I mean, the best thing that you can ever do to yourself and that you will never regret, that has actually helped me as a person, as a youth, is the fact that it is an opportunity you've seen, you're potentially going to do it, go for it. So don't even think twice, just go for it. My name is Martha Diana, the CEO of Mara Concrete Ltd, and this is Imagine Business.